Hello, my name's Alicia. Welcome to my backyard. A lot of times I'll hear people say, I can't do my own plant starts. I don't have a greenhouse. All of this and all of this was all started without a greenhouse. As soon as my Christmas tree goes out, I have a utility shelf with grow lights that comes in with a fan, one heat mat, and this is what I was able to grow this year. Here's our shelf, and that's all the space that it gets. We did add a curtain that we use to close to block the light from our living room space. That's all we needed. Now, I am a bit of a crazy plant lady, but not like quite this much worth. Over here, roughly half of the plants, or a little more than half the plants in here, are going in my garden. A couple of these flats, my daughter is going to be doing cut flowers, or attempting to do cut flowers to sell for the Humane Society. It's just like a little fundraiser. Now these over here are the other part of what she's trying to do for the Humane Society. We're selling this whole table of plants starting this weekend for the Humane Society. It has been somewhat challenging doing this amount of plants on the utility shelf because they're starting to get big, they're starting to not fit under the grow lights real well. But this is enough plants for a large garden, for a project from my daughter, kind of two projects, growing cut flowers and selling plants. So we have over 100, about 130 plants that she's selling for the Humane Society. So that's a lot of plants that we can grow. So like if you had one shelf and one grow light for a smaller garden, then all of that and all of this, then I bet you could grow a lot for your garden at home. It is one of those things, if you are somebody that enjoys seeing things grow, it is so rewarding and so enjoyable to come home and see plants germinating and growing when the weather's still cold outside. The peonies bed is coming along beautifully this year. No credit here outside of mulching. And I've never seen, in 9 years at this house, I've never seen these yellow tulips, and they are so beautiful. Chickens are going to bed. Nala's wanting to check them, make sure all is well. Hello, ladies. They love this perch that's right in the center of the tractor. They spend a lot of time up there. There's so many things in bloom in our yard right now. We've got the weeping cherry. We've got, oops, this way, crab apple. And actually I can't see the other crab apple from here. And our dogwood have some blooms. They're just beautiful. A lot of times I show the chickens a lot in our mobile coop and how we use it, and periodically I'll get comments that say let the chickens free range, which may work in some situations. We feel like in ours it doesn't. And case in point, last night, this stump right here, I was a little lower in the yard, and Nala, our German Shepherd, came up here and she was sniffing it and like really excited, and I thought that's really weird. And then I saw her grab something from the top, and what she found from the top was the remains of some animal that a hawk had landed and completely stripped. Like all that was left was a skeleton. There was some like sinew or that kind of thing, but it was a skull and the spinal column and some ribs, and that was all. I do believe if we free ranged our chickens, they could have been the ones that were consumed on that stump. And unfortunately, right there, that tree has my husband's game camera on it, which lined up perfectly with this stump. The batteries were dead. That would have been very interesting to see exactly what happened, and we actually couldn't figure out exactly what it was just because the neck looked long, and my husband thought bird at first, but I'm like, no, wait, those are teeth in there. So we're not sure, 100% sure from the remains what the hawk got to enjoy, but kind of confirmed that a chicken tractor and a covered outdoor run when they're in a stationary coop is the right option for us. Our chicks are settling in nicely outside. It's kind of difficult to get video because they tend to run away as soon as we come close. This coming week, the chickens are coming back in. The full-grown chickens are coming back in here. We'll probably shut the chicks back in the A-frame just to keep them separate for a while, and then kind of slowly work into the integration. 2 of them are inside the A-frame on the perch, but I don't think there's any way I'm actually going to be able to catch that now. We'll get more footage of the chicks as they get a little bit bigger, hopefully, and we get them integrated in our flock. It would be really nice, say in the next 2-3 weeks, I think, let's say by the end of May, a goal of having these 4 chicks fully integrated in with our 6 laying hens and in the chicken tractor, so we have one cohesive flock of chickens. We'll see how that works. All right, I'm gonna go in, mix up a loaf of sourdough bread to ferment overnight, and I believe I'm gonna shut it down for the evening. Thank you so much for joining us in the backyard today. It's been a beautiful evening.